Hello! Today we are going on a fascinating journey inside the male body. We are going to explore the male reproductive system. This system is like a super specialized factory. Its main job is to create and deliver incredibly tiny cells called sperm. These sperm cells hold half of the genetic information needed to make a new human life. The whole system is cleverly designed to produce millions of these cells every single day. It then ensures they can be delivered when the time is right. It's an amazing and complex process, but we're going to break it down so it's easy to understand. The most important parts of this system are called the testes, which are also known as testicles. There are two of them, and they are located outside the main body in a protective pouch of skin called the scrotum. Keeping them slightly cooler than the rest of the body is very important. This cooler temperature is perfect for making healthy sperm. The testes have two massive jobs. First, they are the main factory floor where sperm are produced. Second, they produce a very important hormone called testosterone. This hormone is what triggers all the changes that happen during puberty, like a deeper voice and growing more hair. Inside each testis are hundreds of tiny coiled tubes. These tubes are called seminiferous tubules. If you were to unroll them all and lay them end to end, they would stretch for hundreds of meters. It's inside these tightly packed tubules that the magic of sperm production, a process called spermatogenesis, actually happens. This process doesn't start until a boy reaches puberty. At that point, the brain sends out special hormone signals to the testes, telling them it's time to get to work. These chemical messengers kickstart the production line, which will then continue for the rest of a man's life. The hormones that control this whole operation are sent from a small gland in the brain called the pituitary gland. One hormone is called follicle-stimulating hormone, or FSH for short. FSH is the main signal that tells the testes to start making sperm. Another hormone is called luteinizing hormone, or LH. LH tells special cells in the testes to produce testosterone. Both of these hormones work together in perfect harmony. They ensure the sperm factory is always running smoothly and efficiently, producing everything that is needed for reproduction to be possible. It's a brilliant example of how different parts of the body communicate. So, how exactly are sperm made? It all begins with special stem cells inside the seminiferous tubules called spermatogonia. These cells are there from birth, just waiting for the right signal to begin. When puberty starts, these spermatogonia begin to divide. One cell stays as a stem cell to make more in the future, while the other gets ready to become a sperm. This first cell is called a primary spermatocyte. It carries a full set of 46 chromosomes, which is all the genetic information from the male. This is just the very first step on a long and complicated production line. Next, the primary spermatocyte goes through a special type of cell division called meiosis. This process is designed to cut the number of chromosomes in half. First, the primary spermatocyte divides into two smaller cells, which are called secondary spermatocytes. Each of these now has only 23 chromosomes. Then, these two cells divide again, creating a total of 4 even smaller cells called spermatids. Each of these 4 spermatids has just 23 chromosomes. This is incredibly important because they need to combine with an egg cell, which also has 23 chromosomes, to make a new cell with the correct total of 46. At this stage, the spermatids don't look much like the swimming sperm we often see in pictures. They are just small, round cells. They can't swim, and they can't fertilize an egg, yet. They need to go through a final transformation process. They grow a long tail, called a flagellum, which will act like a propeller to help them swim. They shed most of their cellular baggage to become sleek and streamlined. A special cap, called an acrosome, forms over the head. This cap is filled with enzymes that will help the sperm penetrate an egg. This whole process of making a sperm cell from a stem cell takes about 74 days. Once the sperm have their new shape, they are still not quite ready for their big mission. They need to mature and learn how to swim properly. For this, they travel out of the testes and into a long, coiled tube that sits on the back of each testicle. This tube is called the epididymis. It's like a training ground or a swimming school for the sperm. They spend about 2 to 3 weeks slowly traveling through this tube. During this time, they gain the ability to move their tails and become fully mobile. They are then stored here, waiting for the signal that it's time to begin their journey out of the body. When the time comes for the sperm to leave the body, they begin an exciting journey through a series of tubes. First, they are pushed out from their storage area in the epididymis. They shoot into a long muscular tube called the vas deferens. There is one vas deferens connected to each epididymis. This tube travels up from the scrotum and into the body cavity. The strong muscles in the walls of the vas deferens contract powerfully. These contractions push the sperm along their path, moving them toward the next stage of their journey at high speed. It's a rapid transport system designed for quick delivery. The vas deferens tube loops up and around the bladder. Here the sperm are about to get some important additions to help them on their way. The vas deferens joins with a gland called the seminal vesicle. This gland adds a thick, sugary fluid to the sperm. This fluid is packed with fructose, a type of sugar that provides the sperm with energy for their long swim. It's like packing a lunchbox for them. This mixture of sperm and fluid now enters a short tube called the ejaculatory duct. We are getting very close to the final exit now. The combination of sperm and this seminal fluid is now called semen. From the ejaculatory duct, the semen passes into a much longer tube called the urethra. The urethra is a tube that runs all the way through the penis to the outside of the body. This tube has two jobs. Most of the time, it carries urine from the bladder out of the body. However, during ejaculation, a special muscle at the base of the bladder tightens up. This acts like a valve, blocking the path from the bladder. This clever trick ensures that urine and semen do not mix. It guarantees that only semen travels through the urethra at this specific time, clearing the way for the sperm. As the semen travels down the urethra, it passes two more accessory glands. First is the prostate gland, which sits just below the bladder. The prostate adds a milky, alkaline fluid to the semen. This fluid is very important because it helps to protect the sperm by neutralizing any acidic environments they might encounter. Finally, the small bulbourethral glands, also known as Cowper's glands, add a clear, lubricating fluid that helps to clean the urethra before the semen passes through. This final mixture is what leaves the body during ejaculation, carrying millions of sperm ready for their mission. Let's take a closer look at a single sperm cell. Even though millions are produced, each one is a masterpiece of biological engineering. A sperm cell is incredibly small, far too small to see without a powerful microscope. It is made up of three main parts: a head, a midpiece, and a tail. The head is the most important part. It contains the precious cargo, the 23 chromosomes of genetic data from the male. Covering the tip of the head is the acrosome. Think of it as a tiny helmet filled with special enzymes that can dissolve the outer layer of an egg cell, allowing the sperm to get inside. The middle section, or midpiece, is the engine room of the sperm. It is packed tightly with tiny structures called mitochondria. Mitochondria are the powerhouses of a cell. They take the sugary energy provided by the seminal fluid and convert it into the power needed to move the tail. This energy production is vital for the sperm's long and difficult journey. Without the midpiece and its mitochondria, the sperm would have no fuel. It would be unable to swim towards the egg, and its mission would fail before it even really began. It's a tiny but powerful motor. The final part is the long whip-like tail, also known as the flagellum. This tail moves in a powerful corkscrew-like motion. This movement propels the sperm forward, allowing it to swim through the female reproductive tract. The sperm needs to be a very strong swimmer to have any chance of reaching its destination. It's a long and competitive race, as millions of sperm are released at the same time, but only one can fertilize the egg. The tail's powerful movement is the only thing that gives the sperm a chance to win this incredible race against the odds. The ultimate goal of every single sperm is to find and fuse with a female egg cell, or oocyte. This event is called fertilization. When one lucky sperm finally reaches the egg, it uses the enzymes in its acrosome to burrow through the egg's protective outer layers. Once it's inside, the sperm releases its 23 chromosomes. These combine with the 23 chromosomes from the egg, creating a single new cell called a zygote with a full set of 46 chromosomes. This single cell contains all the genetic information needed to grow and develop into a new human being, completing the amazing cycle of reproduction.